Hey, influencers. Hello. Good day, wherever you are in the world. Listen, welcome to Behind the Screen Business Confessions. It's your girl here, Anika Cohen. I am your business strategist coach, and I want to welcome you to another episode where we have real, raw conversations to motivate and support leaders around the world to propel forward. And I'm excited about today's episode because we get to bring in another amazing guest, right? Who is here to share their story, their message, their strategy, their experience. And we all know that, your experience brings a solutions to somebody else's problem. When you are able to overcome and conquer that problem, you're now a solution to someone else's problem. And so it's good to be able to transition in life and be someone's solution. Come on here, somebody. So I am super excited that this is another episode where we get to have the real raw conversations with an amazing guest. All right. So I'm super excited about this. So if you are new to the channel, listen, go ahead and subscribe. If you are new to the channel, if you are new to this show, go ahead and subscribe so you can be notified when we go live each and every week. So I'm excited about this upcoming guest that we have. So y'all know how we do. She's going to share with you who she is, what she does, and all of the good nuggets that she's going to bring to the table. I'm super excited. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. I want to introduce to you Miss Angel Kelley.
Hello.
Hello, my love. Hello. Welcome to Behind the Screen Business Confessions.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. What a good night to be talked to, huh?
Right. Yes. It's the perfect platform to have a real, raw conversation to inspire, to motivate, to support leaders around the world who are saying yes to their assignments. So I'm excited that you are here with us to have a conversation, to bring your expertise to the forefront. And so for those people who may not know you, let's share with them, what is your story? Who is Miss Angel Kelley?
Well, I am Angel Kelley. I have been married to the Kevin Kelley, Kevin L. Kelley, that is, for more than 27 years. He has made my life better. You know, they say that the man who finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor. Well, I'm the favor, okay?
Right here.
And we also have a miracle daughter, Layla Jade. She is truly our promise from God. And the Kellys, we serve as senior leaders in our ministry, which is Royal Priesthood Worship Courts in Dover. We've been certified marriage specialists since 2011. I have a heart for the prophetic. I am a life coach. I'm an author. I am a mentor. I'm an entrepreneur. I am that teacher. You know that Miss Johnson, you never forget. I'm Miss Kelley. I am in still relationship with some of my students that are 20, 27, and I've had them in kindergarten, and I'm still mentoring them today. So
Wow.
I'm that sister girlfriend. I'm the real deal. I'm that one friend you need.
Yes. Yes. And I believe that we all need one.
Just
You
what?
don't need the whole entourage. You just need one. Come on
You don't need
here.
to take one. One of me. That's all you need.
That's right. Love it. Love it. Well, thanks for being here. You got family. You heard your miracle child. So, and her marriage counselor,
Yes.
also pastor.
Yes.
So a woman of many hats. Come on
Yes.
here. How
Yes.
many of you can relate to that, right? Being a person of many roles and responsibilities, but God said he doesn't put more on us than we can bear. So that means she's equipped.
Yeah,
That means she's
yeah.
equipped. So, share with us, what exactly do you do, first of all, in your day to day and in the marketplace?
Well, in the day to day right now, I am a self care well being coach. I just opened up a reset well being, self care and well being hub in Dover.
Mhm.
We are also is our office, which is Life by Design coaching firm. We also mentor in the schools in Seaford. And I am also, I've shifted as a grief coach as well. In April 2023, I lost 5 family members in one
Mm,
month, and
mm,
going, including my mom, and
wow.
going through that, I understood that there's a strategy to healthy grieving. And so I took some courses, and I think it's just a gift that I have. I started incorporating grief support. So I've been in a place where I've been able to help some widows get through. We
Yeah.
understand that, grieving has no time limit, but
Mhm,
just to give people an opportunity to have a place and space to grieve and grieve healthy. So I've just
mm,
shifted into that. I like to say that I am the IGS of well being: identity, grief, and self care. Those are my
yeah.
3 areas. Those are the areas that I have become an expertise in. And so those are the areas that I really, really promote for women, and
Mhm.
especially women of color.
Yes. And, this is, I don't believe in coincidences, but this is the second interview that we have done and grief came up. We literally just did a recording last week with the individual, and she was sharing how she lost both of her parents within a year,
Wow.
both of her parents, and she was their caregiver, and she is learning to grieve. And
Mm.
so I want to take this opportunity to allow you to share some tips, or however you're led to share, in regards to what are some things that people can do, or how can they take action to properly grieve. So what are some things that you can share, or shed light on when it
Well,
comes to grieving?
first of all, with grief, there's no time limit. There's no time limit. It is up. It's for you to take your time, right? Because everyone grieves differently. We don't have the blueprints to grieving, because for 1 minute I'm up, 1 minute I'm down. What I did find out in the healthy way of grieving, to commemorate. So I give you different tools on how to commemorate. My mom's birthday came. Instead of just being in the funk, which everyone would allow me to be in, I decided to wear a shirt of hers. I decided to make
Yes.
her favorite cake and eat all of it. Okay. I find that for me, humor.
Yes.
I have had times I've spent with someone with a session, and afterwards I transitioned that person into laughter therapy. And we laughed and laughed and laughed, and she came back to who she was, right? And
Hmm.
so there's just different ways. Self-care is really important when you're grieving. You have to take the time for yourself, soak your feet, get a minute, go to the movies, treat yourself, eat a bag of popcorn, like whatever it is that makes you feel what I would consider warm and fuzzy, right? Whatever it is, do it,
Hmm.
because this is your time. So I like to say that, we're living on when a loved one has passed on, because I truly don't believe that when people pass on, we're supposed to pass on with them, right? I think we're supposed to continue to live on, and continue to live on in their strength. So I give you an example about my mom. My mom was a beast, okay? My mom has 7 brothers, the only girl. So you could imagine. She was no joke. And I remember one day having my time of grieving, and I heard my mom in my heart say, "All right, age." And I it jolted me, right? Because once again, mom was no punk. So that was something that got my attention, and it caused me to reminisce on the strength that she had, um, the love that she had, and I got myself together, right? And then
Mm,
there was another time I had like 3 days of just feeling sad. And I heard my mom in my heart say, all right, Ange. You hear that
mm.
difference?
Yes.
So that first one was like, all right, let's go, let's go. That's she was
Mm,
good for that. Let's go, right? But that third day of grieving, I heard her say, all right. Mom
mm.
was giving me the okay to grieve, but let's go. Take your
Yes.
time, but hurry up, right? And so just those moments, they give me an opportunity to remember that I'm human.
Yes.
We give you the opportunity to remember that you're human. Have your moment. But if you take too long, I'm gonna come along to help you shift out, right? And so self-care is one of the important keys to your grief.
Mm. Well, listen, you said you was about to say one of my sayings. I say, have your moment, but don't stay there. You
Yeah.
know, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel your emotions, to acknowledge them.
Yes.
But you have a responsibility not to stay there,
Yes.
because if you stay there too long, that can turn into depression.
Yes.
It can turn into other things. And so thank you for just sharing some techniques. That's what I
Yeah.
heard. I heard a lot of different techniques that individuals can do, because one thing you said is grief is ongoing. It's a part of your life at that point. It's never going to go away. So you're gonna you grieve as you live your life. But
Yes.
there is a way to do it to where you don't have to stay in sadness.
Yes.
You can create happiness from their memories. So thank you for just
Yes.
sharing different techniques with the listeners, because that is the second time it's come up. And I'm like, hold on. Someone needs to hear how they can just take the steps to grieve and acknowledge what they're feeling and be
Right.
okay with what they're feeling, right?
Be okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
you wind up teaching others to be okay with your grieving.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Teach other people that they can be okay. I remember the days that I was having, and my husband and my daughter, they knew, I woke up and I was sad. And my husband was like, "Love you, babe," right? And my daughter, she would say, "Love you, mom." But you could feel that they were feeling me, right?
Yeah,
And so they were also understanding that I needed that minute. No one was over pressuring me. If
mm,
I'm quite sure if I would have stayed in the bed 4 days, they probably would have just been hungry. But they probably they would have gave me my moment. So
right.
sometimes you have to teach people that I need a moment, and only
Mm.
only those who are against you will not give you that moment. Did you hear
Y'all
that?
hear?
Only those who are against you will not give you that moment. Those who
Mm.
love you, your family love you, people love you, your people at work respect you, they'll give you your moment.
Yes, that was so powerful, because I can even apply that just to life principles, you know. When you say people should want to give you your moment.
Yeah.
But what happens as a counselor too, I'm a counselor by trade, and sometimes people will tell you to just get over it. Oh, you just need to get over it. You just need to keep moving forward, not even acknowledging what you're feeling. I said that's the wrong company.
Yes.
Because you have to acknowledge what you're feeling in order to move forward. You don't want to suppress it, and you don't want to avoid it. You want to have those moments of sincerity to acknowledge what it is that you're thinking or how you're feeling. So for you to say that, that was very powerful. Okay. That was a powerful nugget. If you won't say nothing else, you just said enough. Okay. I love it. I love it. So,
Awesome.
you're this woman of many hats, and I'm sure you've been through a lot. And here you are still choosing to say yes to what God has called you to do. And so I want to know, what were some of the challenges for you during this journey as you transition into different life coaches, as an expert, your marriage? I mean, so what are some of the challenges that you have experienced, and how did you combat those challenges?
Some of the challenges beyond becoming an entrepreneur, I had my own personal female challenges. You're looking at a survivor of 6 surgeries, a person who pulled through every last one. Each surgery was 6 to 8 weeks out.
Mm,
You're looking to someone who has always been a cheerleader for everyone else. And I've been that one when it was time for me to have a cheerleader, cricket, no one's around, right?
oh,
I've learned how to teach people how to treat me. That's one of
mm,
my big things. Teach you how to treat me. And people say, well, treat people the way you want to be treated. Uh-oh, no. What happens when you don't know how you want to be treated?
oh,
What
I love
happens?
that.
So I have to teach you how to treat me, right?
Mm,
Because you might not know how to treat yourself. And so
right.
identity has been a big key. I do an identity boot camp, teaching people the importance of knowing who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, somebody else gonna come along and re-identify you, and you're gonna be real cuckoo, right? And so my challenge is I had my own personal identity crisis where someone had taken my kindness, right, for granted, mistreated me, and so I had to learn who I was first in order to operate in who I am, to teach people who I am. So those were
Hmm.
challenges, my own identity issues, having fertility issues, all of that stuff was the problem. But then I realized that you don't have 5, 6 surgeries and still be strong in here, right? God has
Hmm.
a purpose. He has a plan for me. So I had to
Yes.
tap into that plan and purpose. And so I'm now walking that out. And it's funny because I remember I was assisting someone and I heard the Holy Spirit tell me to tell them to get over it. And I said, oh, that's kind of mean. You don't say that, Lord, but I'll tell them, right? I'll tell them, but that's
Right.
kind of
Okay.
rough. And then I realized that what he was trying to show me is that he was going to use me to show women how to get over it.
Hmm.
He showed me that there will be plenty of mountains in our way, but he was going to use me to assist others in getting over it. And that's what I have been doing one by one. I'm a one-on-one person. I love one-on-ones, but I know it's time to expand beyond the one-on-ones because there's so much more that I need to be telling folk, right? And I can
Uh-huh.
only tell one at a time. But my heart, I love that intimacy. I love that one-on-one. So obstacles were my own personal identity issues that I was able to overcome and now teach others.
Right, right. And I say that to say, don't discredit or devalue your experience in life, because our experiences are our greatest teacher. You don't know what you can accomplish or what you are able to do, until you do it, until you step out of your comfort.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to grow. That's when you're going to evolve. That's when you're going to elevate. And so you were able to get through each of these transitions with grace, God's grace, right? And so there's something that I often do with every show. There's fill in the blank. Okay. Um, the statement that I make is I've learned and I'm learning. Okay. You are to fill in the blanks. Okay. So you say the statement and you fill in the blanks. Again, just so you reference, the statement is I've learned and I'm learning. And whenever you're ready, you can make that statement and fill in the blanks.
Okay. I've learned that tomorrow's not promised.
Mm.
I'm learning to live today as though it's not coming tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, that was powerful, y'all. That was powerful. I heard being present. I'm learning to be present. That's how I received that.
In
Be
the now.
present. Yes. So listeners, be present. Learn to be present for just today in this moment right now. Sometimes our mind can become overwhelmed and then we become distracted. And sometimes that can keep you stuck because you're so anxious that nothing gets accomplished. You don't even take the steps that need to be taken because we're we're overstimulated.
Mhm.
Um, and that can cause us to get stuck. So being present will allow you to have that mindfulness. So thank you for you just been really giving us some good gems. I don't think you meaning to. You just sharing things, but this is good information.
You know what's in you eventually will come out. It is what it is. If goodness is in you, it's coming out. If you a fire starter, that's coming out. It just happens, right?
Yes, exactly. So, I love that, your energy, even through the virtual, it's just good energy. And it's easy to talk to you. Every time you and I connect, it's just very genuine. You're very easy to talk to. So I love that when I can connect with other women, and it be an easy connection, not something that has to be forced. And so I like that. And so what I would like for you to do in this moment is talk to the listener who is stuck,
Ooh,
who has an identity crisis,
ooh.
who is not confident in her voice. And yet she knows that she has been called to do things, but or he, because it's not just a gender thing. I don't want to get people stuck on that. There are men that can feel stuck as well. And so, what would you say to that listener who has the identity crisis but wants to take steps forward but just doesn't know how?
There will always be someone designated for your life. No one is left alone. It is the enemy that will convince you that no one cares. It is the enemy that will convince you no one's listening. But that is not so. I promise if you could find one person on the street, and that might be your lucky person, to tell them that you just have something heavy on your heart and you like to talk. I guarantee you they take the time to listen.
Mm.
You're not alone ever, ever, ever. When you are struggling with what I consider an identity crisis, someone will be along to share their identity crisis with you, right? And you're not alone. You're not by yourself. Take the time to seek out help. Every coach needs a coach, right? Find you a coach, find you a
That's right.
counselor, find you a therapist, go to the library, get a book, right? There is someone out there for you. But you have to open up your heart, be teachable,
Yeah.
be teachable. What we I used to teach preschool, what? Put on your listening ears, open up
Hmm.
your heart and allow God to send someone to speak life into you. You don't have to be stuck for long. We can start off stuck, but you don't have to be stuck for long. You have to
Mm.
determine to get unstuck.
Yeah. I love it. I thought you were going to say something else, but I'm all for it. I've been over here getting excited. Listen, okay, I get excited, and they know it don't take much for me to get excited because I love how God works. Some people, again, it's so easy to feel alone because we get lost in our thoughts,
Yes.
and when you get lost in your own thoughts, that's a world in itself. And so, like she said, when you can step away and reach out for assistance
Yeah.
because there's someone that can relate to you and there's someone that has the answer for you know so yes, I love this conversation. So Miss
Yes,
Angel
yes
is
ma'am.
one of our honorees. Okay, she's one of our honorees. Yes,
Hey,
she
I've been
influences on the
practicing
Rise
my way.
Gala. And so here's the thing, listeners, she don't even know what she's accepting. She has no idea what this award is. but I believe that is definitely significant to her journey. These individuals that we are honoring, God placed on my heart, and I always said that I would listen to him even if I don't understand it. I'm just going to continue to listen to him because he's never failed me. And so she's one of our honorees, and she's going to be coming to the influencers on the Rise Gala. That's taking place next year, ladies and gents. So there is still time to get your ticket. If you haven't got your ticket, you can go to the website. It's on the screen below. So when you got the call, Miss Kelley, what were you thinking?
Said, me?
You got the email.
Who, me? Me? I said, oh. And then to be honest, I go, wow, God's timing is amazing. God's timing is amazing. You know, I'm not a needy person. I'm not a needy person at all. But every now and then, to feel appreciated, to
Mhm.
feel love. Look, you put the work. You have given out. I've given out of my substance. I
Mhm.
promise. I've given a lot to people. I've given time. I've given energy. You know, sis, I should have a lot of money.
Mhm.
I've given out. I've given out. And so I know God comes along and he rewards those. He rewards us at the right time. And so getting that email at the timing that I got it was like, wow. And I was able to rest assured that God has me. I really was. I was like, okay,
Yes.
if I don't get
Yes.
another one for another 30 years, you know, I was honored in 2018 with an Obama Community Award. And it was like, wow, right?
Yes.
And so, you know, I thought about that and I said, look at God. He does what he does and he's always on time. So I was proud and honored to be chosen.
Absolutely. Yes. And oh my goodness, you just said a lot in that sentence because, it's not about validation. I can attest to that. It's not about validation, but every now and again, it's good to be appreciated. It's good to be recognized for the work that you do because God chose you to do it and he
Yeah.
equipped you to do it. And so for other people to be able to shed a light on your work, I think that it's a humbling experience because I know the risk that it takes daily to just show up for others. So thank you for your yes that you give
Yeah.
every day. And I wanted to do this event to also showcase leaders just like yourself to say that we see you because sometimes we can be overlooked. But
Mm,
I love to acknowledge leaders who are making a difference because without you, this world, it can't evolve. It can't go round and round. We all need each other.
wow.
So thank you again. So share with our listeners, what do you have going on? What are some things that you have going on and how can we connect with you?
Well, I do have the actual reset hub. I got to plug this in so we don't get disconnected.
Okay.
Ugh. Okay, sorry about that.
You're
So
fine.
I have the reset hub, which is 4393 North DuPont Highway in Dover. I actually share the fence with the Verizon over here. I guess it's like Cheswall. So I share the fence with Verizon, the Dairy Queen, and also what's in there? Redner's, the dollar store. I am right next door. I have a reset hub. So I am here. I'm going to be doing some personal events. I got some bookings for some self-care events, be a keynote speaker for some events. I'm going to host some private events at the hub. We're going to have a movie night. We're going to just have intimate time where we could come and have some sister friend time. And basically, that's what's going on day by day.
Yes.
Just going into those who are able to receive. I do grief support, restore hope, grief support, Mondays 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the hub as well.
Awesome. So how can people connect with you? How can they get in touch with you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram. Find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Reset Hub. You can find me there. I am Reset Self Care Hub at Gmail. I am resetselfcare.com. You can find me at Reset or Facebook. I'm there. I'm there. You can find me
Reset.
anywhere.
You get to
Re-
reset, okay? Go to any
Look up
platform,
Reset.
reset Angel Kelley. I'm sure she'll pop up, okay?
Yes, I will.
It's a beautiful thing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I think Delaware needs that. So,
And let me tell
amen.
you, I often use it myself. The other day I came in, I did a foot soak, I turned on the facial, and I sat in the massage chair, and I said, guess what? I can only preach what I've practiced. I'm not going to practice what I preach. I only preach what I practice, right? And so I had to set myself up and reset because I know it's important. I'm trying to get people to understand that self-care is no longer a luxury, but it's a necessity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You said a lot, my dear. You said a lot on this show today, and I could not be more excited. I can't wait for
Me.
our response from our listeners because I know that definitely someone was helped out
Mhm.
today, just by you sharing and being authentic in your delivery. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Angel. I can't wait to actually see you next year at the gala where we get to hug and connect.
Yay.
Um, so I'm just excited about that. So I'm looking forward to again celebrating with all of our leaders that will be in the space because we want to recognize the work that you all do and celebrate. It's never um, a wrong time to celebrate what it is that you do today. Because again, she said tomorrow's not promised. So we want to live for today. My God, ain't that a great way to just
Yeah.
come on and close out the show in her own words? So
So
listen,
good.
influencers, subscribe to the show if you are not subscribed and let us know what you thought about today's show. I'm looking forward to the response. And until next time, we want you to what? Choose to live, choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious and enlightened. Until next time.